2010's Black Swan, directed by Darren Aronofsky, is a movie that most people wouldn't consider a horror film. Darren Aronofsky directed this movie back in 2010, but in 2017 he made a movie called Mother with an exclamation point, a movie I hated. But leading up to this movie, Darren Aronofsky was doing his press tour for it, talking about the movie, and he said this movie is a psychological horror, much in the vein of Black Swan. Darren Aronofsky himself said that Black Swan is a psychological horror, and this movie is not just a psychological horror, but it's one of the best ever made. When I think of fast-paced horror films, there's two that always come to mind. One is Don't Breathe, and one is Black Swan. This is a movie that I think is one of the fastest-paced, unrelenting, non-stop movies, and it's all about Nina Sayers, played by Natalie Portman, in which she won like every single acting award you could possibly win that year, including the Oscar. It's a movie about her character's descent into madness. Now, I love movies like Black Swan, like Nightcrawler, like Wolf of Wall Street, that are about characters perfecting a craft, like Whiplash, where a character becomes so obsessed with a particular craft that it takes over their mind. It completely warps and controls their mind to the point where it drives them completely mad and makes them do things that they would have never done otherwise. But it has a very real sense of horror when you think of like artists or athletes in any way that push themselves so much that ends up taking over their entire life and corrupts them and ultimately kills them, whether in real life or on the inside. Nina Sayers' quest for perfection and allowing this Black Swan to corrupt her and poison her and take her down this dark alley ultimately kills her. And what I find is kind of beautiful and awesome is that when she dies, her last words are, "I was perfect. I was perfect." And it just shows that she had been so deeply corrupted to the point that she no longer cares that she's dying. She cares that she perfected the role of the Black Swan, which is what she set out for in the first place. This is a beautifully paced psychological horror film that has jump scares, it has real tension-filled horror scares, it has very terrifying, horrific imagery of Nina Sayers fucking becoming a Black Swan. It has one of the best sex scenes in film history, and this movie overall is awesome. Mila Kunis crushes it in this movie. 2010's Black Swan, directed by Darren Aronofsky, is definitely one of my favorite horror films of the last 20 years. Check it out. Also, check out my Etsy. I make hand-painted horror hats. Etsy.com/shop/evilbroomstick, or just go to evilbroomstick.com, buy yourself a hat. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.